Did you know that for the first time ever, states like Florida, Texas, Georgia, the Carolinas, and Tennessee are not just growing rapidly, but are now pivotal contributors to the nation's economic engine? This shift represents a seismic change in the US's economic center of gravity, moving distantly southward. For decades, the economic powerhouses of the United States were predominantly centered in the north and on the west coast, with states like New York and California leading in wealth accumulation. However, recent years have witnessed a dramatic change. Over a period that has seen the South's economy flourish, there has been a tangible migration of wealth and resources from the traditional economic centers to the South, to the tune of $100 billion. This migration, significant in both scale and impact, marks a new chapter in the economic story of the United States, challenging long-held perceptions and redistributing economic influence across the country. The phrase $100 billion of wealth migration refers to a substantial transfer of financial assets, investments, and economic resources from other parts of the United States to the southern region. This migration isn't just about money in the bank, it encompasses a broader economic shift, including the relocation of businesses, affluent individuals, and investment capital to southern states. This phenomenon reflects changes in both the residential choices of wealthy individuals and the strategic decisions of corporations. However, like all economic data, they should be understood in context and considered alongside other economic indicators. In quantifying this migration, we're looking at a twofold impact: the direct transfer of wealth and the secondary effects it has on the economy. Reports suggest that this $100 billion figure includes not only personal wealth, but also business investments, real estate purchases, and capital expenditures. The number of individuals and businesses involved in this migration is staggering. Thousands of high net worth individuals and numerous businesses have relocated to the South. States like Florida and Texas have seen a significant influx of new residents and companies, which is reflected in their booming real estate markets, growing job opportunities, and expanding economic bases. To visually represent this migration, we can look at maps showing population growth, changes in GDP per state, and investment flows. For instance, this map highlighting population growth shows significant increases in the southern states compared to the rest of the country. Meanwhile, this map compares the influx of new businesses or capital, showing more activity in southern states versus traditional economic centers like New York and California. These visual aids help to concretize the scale and impact of this wealth migration, making it clearer how profound these changes are for the US economy. But what's the reasoning behind this change in wealth distribution? The migration of $100 billion to the southern United States is driven by several compelling economic factors. A primary lure is the favorable tax environment. Many southern states like Florida and Texas boast no state income tax, which is a significant draw for high wealth individuals and profitable businesses. This contrasts sharply with states like New York and California, where higher state income taxes can significantly impact net earnings. The cost of living in the South is another major economic factor. Generally, southern states offer a lower cost of living compared to the North and West Coast. Housing costs, a major component of living expenses, are notably lower in the South. This affordability extends to business operations as well, with lower real estate costs and, in many cases, lower overall operational expenses. Moreover, the South is increasingly seen as a business-friendly region. This includes a combination of favorable regulations, incentives for business development, and investment in infrastructure. In contrast, states in other regions, particularly in the North, are sometimes perceived as having more restrictive business climates with higher regulatory burdens. Social and cultural factors also play a significant role in this wealth migration. The lifestyle preferences of individuals and families have increasingly favored the amenities and climate the South offers. The region is known for its warm weather, which is attractive to those seeking a more comfortable year-round climate, especially retirees and individuals from colder northern states. The South's cultural appeal, including its rich history, diverse communities, and renowned hospitality, has also contributed to its allure. These aspects, combined with increasing urbanization and the development of cultural hubs in cities like Atlanta and Miami, make the South an attractive place to live and work. Demographic shifts have further fueled this migration. The South has seen a surge in both domestic and international migration, contributing to a more diverse and dynamic population. This diversity, in turn, creates a more vibrant and social cultural environment, attracting more people to the region. Advancements in technology and the rise of remote work have been pivotal in facilitating this wealth migration. The rapid expansion of digital infrastructure and connectivity has made it possible for individuals and businesses to operate effectively virtually from anywhere. This technological leap has diminished the necessity of being located in traditional economic hubs like New York City or Silicon Valley. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the trend towards remote work, demonstrating to many businesses and employees that productivity and efficiency can be maintained outside of traditional office settings. As a result, individuals and companies have more flexibility in choosing their location based on factors other than proximity to work. This technological shift has particularly benefited the South, where companies and individuals can enjoy the economic and lifestyle benefits without sacrificing connectivity and access to global markets. The ability to work remotely has opened up a broader range of living options, making the southern states more attractive to a segment of the workforce that values flexibility and quality of life. So has all of this change impacted the southern states? The influx of $100 billion in wealth to the southern United States has had a profound impact on the region's local economies, job markets, and real estate sectors. This economic windfall has led to increased investments in various industries, boosting local businesses and fostering a more dynamic economic environment. In terms of job markets, this migration has brought a wave of new opportunities. With companies relocating to the South, there's been a surge in job openings, ranging from tech and finance to service and manufacturing sectors. This has not only reduced unemployment rates, but also brought more diverse job options to the southern states. For example, Texas has seen a boom in its tech industry, with companies like Tesla and Oracle moving their headquarters to the state, creating thousands of jobs. Moreover, Florida, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, and the Carolinas have seen a near 2% increase in their share of the national GDP, while the Northeast has seen a 1% decline. The real estate market in the South has experienced a significant upswing due to this wealth migration. Cities like Austin, Nashville, and Charlotte are witnessing soaring property values and increased demand for both residential and commercial real estate. So much that real estate firm CBRE includes all three cities in their rankings for the top 10 preferred US markets in 2023. This demand has spurred new development projects, revitalizing previously underdeveloped areas. The wealth migration has put a spotlight on infrastructure and urban development in the South. Increased population and economic activity have necessitated upgrades and expansions of infrastructure, including transportation systems, utilities, and digital connectivity. For instance, cities like Atlanta have invested in expanding their public transportation networks to accommodate the growing population. Last May, voters decisively passed the $750 million Moving Atlanta Forward infrastructure package, $460 million of which is designated for transportation movements. The city has also won an extra $100 million in federal contributions for the airport, roads, and transportation under the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act. On the other side, states like New York and California, which have historically relied on high-income earners and profitable corporations for a significant portion of their tax base, are facing substantial revenue shortfalls. This decrease in tax revenue can lead to budget deficits, affecting public services like education, healthcare, and infrastructure maintenance. Beyond tax revenues, there's also the issue of diminished investment. As wealth and businesses relocate, the states they leave behind may experience a decline in both private and public investment. This can slow down economic growth, reduce job opportunities, and hinder overall economic development. For instance, the departure of major companies can lead to the closure of facilities and offices, impacting local suppliers and small businesses that depend on them. The wealth migration also has profound demographic and social impacts. As high net worth individuals and families move out, the affected states may see a change in their demographic composition. This shift can alter consumer spending patterns, affecting local businesses and economies. Particularly, their outflow of wealth can lead to changes in the political landscape. The departure of certain demographic groups may shift the balance in voter preferences and political leanings, potentially leading to changes in local and state policies. This could affect everything from tax laws to social programs. The social fabric of communities in these states is also impacted. The departure of affluent residents and businesses can lead to a decreased sense of community vitality and vibrancy. It can exacerbate issues like urban decay in cities that lose a significant portion of their tax base and economic drivers. Additionally, there may be an increased burden on remaining residents to support local economies and public services, potentially leading to socio-economic disparities and tensions. The $100 billion wealth migration to the South is more than just a financial shift. It's a transformation of the American economic and cultural landscape. While it brings prosperity and growth to the south, it also challenges traditional power centers in the north and west. This phenomenon reflects deeper trends in our society: the search for better economic opportunities, quality of life, and a more favorable business climate. It's a reminder that the economic map of the United States is not static, but is constantly shaped by the decisions of individuals and businesses. As we witness this historic shift, it's crucial to consider its implications for regional equality and national cohesion, ensuring that growth benefits not just a region, but the entire country. We hope this video gave you a comprehensive understanding of the massive migration of wealth in the US. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth global economic content.